What's going on, guys?
What's good, everybody? Another episode, JTO, just talking online. I'm Jerry.
I'm Marcus.
And
We're back to talk to you again.
back at it.
We on fire right now.
For sure.
And we stay in quarantine.
Got to. Stay inside.
They not gonna get us.
Yeah, man.
These
These people are fucking crazy out here.
They're really trying. They talking about opening something back up.
Yeah, we were talking about, before we started, the mayor of Las Vegas willing to put up her citizens as guinea pigs.
Yeah, that was an insane interview.
Yeah.
Everyone that hasn't seen it, you need to. That's the best example of leadership not caring about their people.
All I'm trying to say is that they don't really care about us. Michael Jackson.
I know that one.
I was sure.
I'm super uncultured, but I got the Mikey though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but it's a shame. Just things won't chill out.
Yeah, and I mean, I really think it's interesting because we really are in the age of leadership failing. Like, this seems like it's characteristic right now because it's at every level.
It's across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad leaders. They just don't care. Just ignorant people. People with mental illness. Like, it's weird that in a time where mental illness became like a thing that people are like aware of and openly fighting against and, you know, making known, and now our presidential race is between a stroke and Alzheimer's, like right now. Like, I don't know, like, what are we doing? Like,
it's almost like when you first get diagnosed with a sickness and the sickness like instantly gets worse after the diagnosis.
yeah, we have Biden and Trump. We don't have a cognitive, like, okay, like, they both have mental illness, like, for real. I don't know how else to say that. Like, I was trying to be, like, nice, but, like, they're both, like, really, like, not even, like, trying to shit on them. Like, they really need doctors. Like, Trump, he's either going blind or he can't read. I think he can read. But I think his eyesight's going, too. There's a couple times, like, next time you're looking at his speech, you'll watch him at the podium, he'll be reading. And literally, you would see him, like, get down to the sentence, and he'll just, like, nope. And he'll just start freestyling. Like, and you're just like, wait a minute now. Like, I would, you know what would be amazing? I don't know, that should be a thing. It should be, like, public record or something. But, like, because all his speeches either have to be, like, typed up or, like, someone wrote it or it's written down in some form. That should be released to the press. And so you should be able to read it and then also listen to them. And we see some obvious things happening, I think, if we had A and B. Because, like, you could see him go off script. Because, I mean, that used to be his bag. I'm just going to start off script. Fuck the script. But now it's like, yo, you got to stick to the script because we need to get information out. And he's like, yeah, I hear you, but not me. So, like, but at the same time, you can see him going forward, and you'll be reading, because he reads like you'd expect him to read, kind of slow and, you know,
He
stuttery.
reads like a kid that got popcorn picked.
For sure. But, like, you'll see him abandon it. You can watch it happen. He'll look, there'll be a slight nod or like a and then he'll look up and he'll start sounding way dumber, like, immediately. Because once he goes off script, he's freestyling for real, and that's when it falls apart crazy fast. So, like, it's weird that we're behind him, and then a guy that's gonna sneak up behind you and touch you and whisper nonsense, and
He's accused of rape right now.
rape, or just like making people uncomfortable. Let's be clear.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's rape. It's progressed.
Rape.
Like, to the point where, like,
that would be shocking.
They had I don't remember what the Me Too organization that does that funds the actual legal battles But they were saying like we will not fund the legal battle against someone running for the presidency, even if they've done it. Essentially,
That's why. That's stupid.
I don't know why. I mean, it felt like one of those. It's a failing, in my opinion. That was a failing on their side because they went after Brett Kavanaugh, and so that kind of makes them look like they're not really playing by their own rules. He was going to be Supreme Court.
See, I would. Well, he is Supreme Court
now, but he wasn't when they went after.
Yeah. I think after that last presidential election, no one wants to have a obvious influence on the election, or or at least even a perceived influence on it. Just because the Hillary email thing shouldn't have turned into what it was. So that was stupid when it started and as it ended. Like, that was a real non-crime that people got angry about.
Yeah.
Like, they don't erase emails all the time. And I understand your inbox and Hillary Clinton's inbox are not the same, but it's still an old person on a BlackBerry handling emails. So, like, I don't know what you thought was going to happen. It was just going to fill up. Whatever. And the fact that was enough to not get her elected and everything else that happened. And between that and then Russian Facebook bots, I don't think anyone wants to, be part of meddling in the election.
Yeah. Somebody got to beat Trump. Like, it's gotten to the point where it's like, hey, you might have did something, but he definitely did something. He definitely did a few things.
Hey, we just need competent people. Like, it's really, that's what. See, it's fucked. That's where we dropped, though. Like, president at some point was supposed to be like the best of us, right? Or like the one that we believed,
or like the top organizer in a way.
Yeah. Well, they are. That's the job. So like, they should at least have been qualified going into this. But now, I just want someone that cares and that is not literally losing their mind. Like,
the bars. Drop below the ground.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if Baby Yoda could talk, he'd be my vote. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've dropped all the way. I just need someone that I can look in their eyes and they're not giving me crazy stare back. That's really all I want at this point.
Something sensible needs to look back into my eyes.
Yeah, we talked about like voting for the squad and stuff last week or the week before. It was last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like that though. Like, I just want someone that at least will put people around them that know what they're doing. Like, it seems like it's too much to ask for the person in charge to know what they're doing at this point. So I just want someone with some competency. I just want stability. Like, the world just wants stability.
Yeah, and these party lines, they've gone a little too far. Like,
gone way too far.
Yeah, it's to the point where it's like
the fact that
side's willing not to believe in science because the other guys do. I
mean, even the fact that we boil it down to two people is retarded. Like, it's really stupid.
It should be multi-party.
It should be as many people as think they can really do the job. Like, for real though. Like, it's weird. Like, we've gotten to a point where we start off in the primary where it's everybody gets in for their own interests, and then people drop out because they knew they were going to drop out. They never thought they were going to win. They just wanted to set up a super PAC, get some donations, and roll out to the sunset, write a book. And even with that said, we're left with like the worst people. Like, how did that happen exactly? Like, it's not like Biden I think he's a good guy. I mean, we've talked about that literally, but like, I don't know how we swept Bernie Sanders out of here again. I didn't even mind Warren. Was it Chan or the Yang? Jeez.
Yang Gang.
He was better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was And why does it have to be like a super old? Like I know, what's the? I think the youngest is like 35 or 40 something.
Oh, Buttigieg?
No, I mean just the to qualify to
Oh,
become president. It's like 30 or 40 something.
It's 35.
Why aren't we closer to that than we are to death? Like both of these people, no matter who wins the next election, it is a real coin flip if they survive it. Like it's not even not being facetious. I'm just talking about time and humans and lifespans.
Yeah.
And a guy that eats McDonald's every day, and a guy that's like 80 already. Like,
and that the presidency ages you faster already.
it's hard as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, so why do we have old men working when everyone wants to retire when they're old, but we have these people that should be way into retirement running everything? That makes no sense.
Yeah, we're in the weirdest angle, and I also feel like it has something to do with most of our voters being older. Like,
Yeah, but even old people recognize old people shouldn't be running shit.
I don't think those voters.
I think they do for real. Like if you gave them younger, because like they are like, all right, if you're old enough, you're assisted probably, unless you're honestly in the minority of old people. You're being assisted by young people, and even if you don't believe they know everything that's whatever, you know that they're the future of what's going on. Like it just doesn't make sense that you'd want someone that, like, if you're old, if you're 80, you know how disconnected you are with the world, right? Like, you know that you don't know everything on the internet or how to get to whatever. You don't know what the fuck a TikTok is. You know what, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's just a slight disconnect of, I don't know what that is. I've never seen this before. And that's fine. You saw world wars. You saw television go from black to white. Like, you know what I'm saying? You saw some real shit. There's some Great Depression people that like you had to live through. Moon launches. You saw the fucking Challenger explode like on television. Everyone was excited and the shit blew up. And they were like, yeah, okay, TV's done for the day. Like that's how that shit worked. Like, you know what I'm saying? You lived through all that shit. And so you know that you're not super comfortable now, or at least running us into the future. So why would you think someone else your age is? Like, it's just a weird, no matter who you are. Like,
well, I think that these older candidates are good at putting on the facade that they're confident that they can do these things, and that makes the older people comfortable, a lot more comfortable, at least feeling like, okay, he's my age, but he's more in touch and he's confident that he can do this. I think that gives them a real angle.
I don't think it's that deep.
Or there's just internal politics that are happening.
I think you've overcomplicated it.
Okay.
I think these are old people again. These are old. They're old. These are just two people they recognize. Like, these are just like,
ooh, that's a scary thought.
I'm dead ass. Like,
that's a scary
everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people loved Obama. And Biden was right there with him. That was just hand in hand. Biden didn't have to do anything, but he had Obeezy's back. That's all you know. That's all you need to know. That's all we need to know. We're happy with that. Even when Obama's giving State of the Union, Biden's sleep in the back. It's cool. He's riding up. Like, he's on the squad. You know what I'm saying? He's holding it down. Obama's not going to die. They may try to assassinate him. We got Secret Service. He's good. We're not going to need to use this. But he's a good rider back there. He looks good in the position. So, 8 years of that, everyone knows Biden. And Trump, literally everyone knows him before even the presidency. He was in Home Alone 2. That matters. I watch that shit every year.
He was in a few things.
Yeah. He's on Fresh Prince.
He was on Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
He had his own show.
Well, yeah, no one cares.
No one cares.
He has his own stake. He has his own university. He has like 20 buildings. He has his own casino. Like his name is ubiquitous out here. So like, you could even do a silhouette of him and you recognize the hair. That might be post-presidency, but even before he was out here, Apprentice was a big thing. Even So I mean, like, I think we just got stuck with the name recognition and not who matters for the job. Because Joe Biden hasn't done anything. He hasn't said anything deserving of getting the job.
Yeah.
He just came out and started front running off of the name recognition. You know what I'm saying? And I thought Bernie would have had enough recognition to maybe get this through, but they put so much socialist shit on him and people just don't know what these things mean. They just know what the feeling of it. The definition doesn't matter, but socialism feels like communism, and again, we're old and we remember the Cold War. And this is not that, but it sounds close enough, and
sounds close enough to the ops.
It sounds close enough, and then you have people telling you that this is the exact same. Fox is like not letting it go, so it's like, a little bit of misinformation with something that already sounded a little funny. It's easy to not take you seriously.
It's so hard to outfox the fox.
I don't think it is. I don't think anyone has the balls to do it. Like, that's what we were talking about. Like, just
well, we were talking about Jon Stewart, and and your ending point was really why outfoxing the fox is so difficult. They'll outlast you. And that's not no person getting voted in. They're here just for real.
But you can, I don't know,
because you can take down a Tucker Carlson. You can take down 5.
No, but see,
replace them.
See, that's the thing though. Depending on how you take those people down, you can't replace them the same. Because all right, think about it. Like that ideology, right? There's not many outlets for that ideology, not mainstream outlets. Like Fox might be like the only one really.
Yeah.
For you really get all that shit off, and then you have the internet outlets, and that's where you get Alex Jones and that kind of territory. And people don't respect that on the same level. Well, honestly, they get some good following, so maybe there's something there. But
it's scary.
It doesn't get you that. It's still a difference. There's still a big difference in that mainstream thing. Like,
do you know about Ben Shapiro?
I've heard that name. I know the name.
He's kind of like a Jace. He's like a in between Alex Jones and Fox News. He's somewhere in that area. And I've seen him fall on his face so many times. He's still out here. He's still making these videos. He still has that same following. It's baffling. It's scary to see the lasting power on him. He should be dead.
Yeah, but I guess my thing was like, if you get, as far as like anchor goes, or like any personality, if you get them out a certain way, you can't put something in their place that's gonna have that exact same energy, because it's only a matter of time until they're just out on the same thing. And they're so niched. Like, they're saying crazy shit, but it's like a super small sect of crazy shit. Like, it's not really a big bag, I don't think they're in. Like, it's just like, it's a crazy as fuck bag, but it's not a big bag. So it's all kind of close, but I don't know. I think they're harder to replace than like on the other side. Like a CNN anchor, I think you can jump in any college and get a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed person to just say their shit. But to come with that fire, and ignorance, like that mix, that's a special mix. It's not easy to do because you have to do it. You have to insult people the right way without insulting people too hard where they come at you with full force. Like, you have to be able to tell LeBron to shut up and dribble, but you can't call him a nigger. Like, you have to know that. You have to be able to really fight that line, even though it's all in your heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to. But like only the greats know that they can say shut up and dribble. But like only, like, you know what I'm saying? That takes a special level of like, fuck him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got this.
You gotta have so much hate in your heart.
Yeah, you gotta
turn it down and not.
You gotta be reckless enough to jump out and say that shit, but it can't be there's a level, there's a line of ignorance where if you make that monkey reference too tough, you're out. But you can call him darker than midnight, but you can't like, you know what I'm saying? You can't burn a cross. Like you can't. There's lines of hatred that you got to really tightrope, and that's why they're the goats of ignorance, because they're just the best in the game. Well, Alex Jones is the best in the game, but he's too good. That guy is.
Alex Jones, he was too good for Fox.
Oh no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has no.
And his isn't, and his is actually totally different, honestly.
I was just about to say that because I don't think this comes from the hate place. I think there's really a deeper.
Yeah, his is coming from.
I think
his is coming from like a mixture. It's a mixture of like mental illness, childhood, and he's reading reading all the wrong stuff.
Yeah, still one of the best interviews I've ever seen on anything was Joe Rogan versus Alex Jones. That was the best 3 hours that I can't watch too many times, because because you understand, like, that's the first time I really felt true empathy for Alex Jones. Where I'm like, I'm not sorry for him, but like a little bit. Because it's a rough life being Alex Jones. Like, outside of the bullshit that he has to deal with professionally and out of what he says, his life has been interesting. Like, just the little bits and pieces he would give. He's like, I'd be around the dinner table, my dad and my uncle would be telling me these stories. It's like, okay, I get that. That makes sense. That's what I wanted to hear. Because that makes this not nefarious. That makes him a kind of a victim of the circumstance. Because if I were 5 years old and my dad every morning while I'm eating cereal, Frosted Flakes, is telling me that there's aliens in the White House and that just the craziest shit possible, government conspiracies to tear down shit, and this isn't real, and this is every day over Cocoa Puffs while my milk is turning chocolate, I'm getting conspiracy theories. By the time I'm 30, I'm going to be a full-blown nut. And you grew up in a time where real conspiracies happen. Yeah. So you get someone feeding conspiracies, and then you get a moon landing that might or might not happen. You had a president get assassinated in the middle of the street by a magic bullet. Who did that shit? You had
Nixon.
Yeah, there was... What was that other assassination? Oh, that same assassination. He gets killed by a mobster while being taken to jail, like on television. Like, it was straight out of a movie. Even the replay of it looks like a AMC classic. You're just like, wait, this was news footage? It looks like Hitchcock. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You had a president quit, get impeached, say bye, and get on a helicopter on television. Like, again. So you got to see all this shit, and then you're getting fed crazy shit, and then you read, and then you find the dark side of the internet on top of that. Oh, come on. I don't blame Alex Jones for being Alex Jones. I empathize for Alex Jones. I just appreciate how funky he keeps it for what he's giving you, honestly. The only problem I have with him is that he's taken as news.
Yeah, and I want to be clear. All of the product pushing. His product pushing, it was complete bullshit.
Now you gotta make money. Everyone
gotta make money, but like he even had like a fake Harvard educated medical guy that would come on talking about the stuff he's pushing. Come to find out, this guy's like half a chiropractor, barely.
Honestly, I don't know if that makes him any different than Dr. Oz. To be honest, that's America to me. That part's just capitalism. Is it shady? Sure. Should you have higher standards of where you're getting your money from? Yeah, but again, we're also talking about a man that talks crazy. So Kleenex isn't coming to him for branding. So you gotta take what you get. And I'm not even gonna be mad at him for that point, because he's just trying to make money off of what he loves to do, talk that crazy shit. I respect the grind. That's that part. I mean,
I can't co-sign that part.
I mean, it's all
the craziness. I get it. I watched him at one point.
But you got to fund the crazy.
Yeah, you got to fund the crazy, but he had a lot of other ways to fund the crazy.
How? There weren't a lot of ways to fund the crazy. How do you advertise crazy? Because advertisers don't want to be attached to crazy. That's why YouTube has the guidelines they do. Because if Nike drops $1 million in ads, and one of those ads happen to show up on some guy fucking a monkey, Nike's pissed. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lawsuit.
He was already making money just off of his level of viewership and his website.
No, you're not making money off of views, and you need ads to make the money. Views don't equal money, especially on your own website. If it's on his own website, that costs him money because you're paying for the bandwidth. Yeah, that's very expensive.
Yeah.
That's not that. See, that's the thing. Like when you got taken off of YouTube and got taken from those things, those became bills. Not only you're not getting the monetization, now you have to pay to recreate that. So if I'm gonna put a video file on my site, every time you watch it, I gotta serve that to you. That's money out of my pocket for that bandwidth. Yeah. And he does long form shit in HD. It's not cheap. I know that.
I guess you had to push that Superman vitality. I mean,
fuck yeah. That part is the only part that makes the most sense. That part makes the most sense to me. You got to get this money, and if a guy that says he squeezed squirrel nuts to make hormone juice, hey, if he's writing checks, then
it was getting the checks.
That's what I'm saying.
The numbers were racking up with that.
Yeah, I respect him that he made a living off of talking crazy. It's what I strive to do. I just won't take it that far because it's not in me. It's not that I don't want to. I don't have the DNA for it. That's what I'm saying. He was born to do this. He was really
God-given.
He's like a Bane, dude. I was born in the darkness. You had to get used to it, son. I was born here. You want to talk I was born talking crazy. So in the womb, I heard the wild shit. He was yelling at my mom. Aliens are chasing us. He thought our phones were tapped. No one knew us. You had to read to learn to get here. I came here. That's why I respected him.
That's why he couldn't get on Fox News.
He's the realest guy.
That's why he couldn't get on Fox News.
Alex Jones for president, dude. So at least I know where he's coming from, yo. Yeah, we're gonna have.
He's keeping it way too real.
If we're gonna have the battle of the mental illness, let's throw in some real mental illness. Let's throw in some fun ones. I know he's talking crazy, but I know he means it. Like that's all I want. I just want someone to mean what they say at this point. I just want to look into someone's eyes and be like, you know what? You ain't bullshitting. You're crazy, but you're not bullshitting. That's a difference, and that matters.
So low.
Yeah, that's where we are, man. If I was, yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. No, I don't even.
Nah, we're in the most dangerous.
And this is why I can't be Alex Jones for that pause, because I have to get used to it. That's exactly what I'm saying. I gotta adjust to act crazy. He doesn't. He wakes up like, he clears his throat with conspiracies, man.
He doesn't have to charge.
He's brushing his teeth. These motherfuckers chewing on bat heads and Wuhan. Like, you know what I'm saying? I have to get in that mode. I have to drink and do drugs before I can get into that zone that he has been in his entire life. And I respect it.
We might need people.
I can't.
We might need our reporters to start getting just a little tipsy before some of these interviews. Yeah. That might be what's really the.
Honestly, if he were, I want his
level of passion.
Yeah, if him and Joe Rogan did a fusion dance, we have something. Not to run shit, but to at least check the people that run shit. Because Joe Rogan is that. Joe Rogan's he's smart. he can talk crazy, but he knows what he's talking about. He's a good guy. I would say I think he cares. Like no one gives a vibe otherwise. So I would trust him to lead something because I would believe he would, again, like you're saying, put the right people in place. Like, I think he'd be a good delegator. Wait, what am I advocating for? Oh, as a host, not really as a political figure. But I think he's one that's gonna check you. Like he does it hard too, even if he likes you. That's what I respect. Where you say something wrong, he knows you're wrong. He's not gonna let it go. He's gonna argue it for the sake of it. The only thing I want to mix with Alex Jones is I just want to turn it up to 12. I guess I just want him to with that same energy, but screaming and foaming because they deserve it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
He needs to rip his shirt off one time.
Yeah, man. Like these people should be scared when they talk to him because they know they can't say this bullshit that they get off on everybody else. Like there's no accountability towards.
This is proof that the frogs are gay.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even say yeah, but I didn't mean to piss on him. I was kind of just. He kind of got me off guard. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I respect it only because I believe he believes that, and that's wild. Even that I believe that he believes that, because that's insane.
Yeah, no, it's the conviction. There's a level of conviction.
It's important
to everything he says that changes the game.
Yeah,
and that might be what these interviewers need.
Because it's weird. I'm not going to. I'd have to watch more Alex Jones to really see. But like from what I've seen, and most of it is that one interview. To be honest, I'm not just watching Alex Jones.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like Alex Jones will lie to me. Maybe except for the case of like his advertisers, which that's not helpful. You know what I'm saying? Because that is all people lying and scheming to make money. But if you remove that part of it, if you were just funded by regular means, I think he could tell you not truths, but I don't think he's lying. I think he could believe the non-truths.
He's the type to believe the lies.
I don't think he just believes in wild shit.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily he believes in lies, because it's not even like someone lying to him. Like he can get to a false conclusion by himself, but really believe it and regurgitate that. So he's not lying; he's just wrong. See, with a lot of others, they're wrong and they're lying, and they know they're lying. We know they're lying. So, but we call them out on it, but not like we don't hold them to the fire. Like you see Trump's about this literally every day now. Like every day he does a press conference. Press says, gets him a gotcha question. I say that not even that the questions aren't fair. It's just the point of them to bring it up is to bring up the controversy because they know the answer. They know he fucked up. So they try to get him to admit he fucked up. He doesn't. They call him fake and they fold. Like, I just want someone that's not going to fold on that side. Like, why is the press corps still respectful in the White House? I understand they want to come back in jobs and I was employed. Like, grow some balls. Like, for real.
No, that's not conviction. Like, it's a lack of conviction. I didn't even know that until we got to talking about Alex Jones.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lack of conviction, even in the way they say the questions. They're not saying it with the chest.
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't, because even when it's just a follow-up. I don't understand how he can let someone call you fake. And I understand he's the president, but he's really, if you really think about it, all right, he's the president, right? So at most in this scenario, he can not invite you, or he can kick you out of the room, right? That's the penalty for this. But you get kicked out of the room in in a festive fashion. You're on TV. You're going back at the president in one of his moments where you were catching him alive, which is again every night. So you've broken this cycle a little bit, or you've added to it. So even if you're fired out of that White House position, your station shouldn't fire you. Because now you're the face of our station if this goes viral, and it should, because no one's fucking done it yet. And it doesn't make sense for it not to happen.
Yeah. But it takes that conviction to follow up, and it takes even more of it to follow up with because you can't just follow up. You got to follow up with some strength, because he's taking some strength to come at. You got to match that energy.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I think a lot of his strength comes from the fact that he knows he's not going to do anything.
Yeah, but once you match it, it takes conviction to match
it. You got to be ready
the first time.
You got to be ready, and you got to be ready because CIA's going to put their hands on you.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be crazy, but you're gonna be escorted out. But it's not really. It's not danger though.
It's not that it's danger. It's just that no one's done it.
But that's what I'm saying. What?
But the fact no one's done it takes more conviction for that first one to do it.
Yeah.
And maybe those next guys, they can take that cue and then they'll come with that same conviction. But the first one,
Either Rosa Parks.
Yeah, the first one always has to come with double conviction than the rest, because it just takes that the first time. And I guess kind of like how we were talking about things relating to each other. At the beginning of everything, it takes a lot more conviction. You gotta come in beginning harder.
Yeah, see, these people just don't have excuses. They've been here. These aren't new. Some of the journalists see them every day in that same position, same stupid faces on their face, same expressions of it's full of shit.
It's full of shit. They're already in that pattern. That's why it takes that conviction.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't see the only reason would be out of either fear or they're trying to keep respectability. But if you're trying to be, I don't understand being respectable to someone that's not respectful. They've already shown that courtesy's out the window. So why are you still holding on to it? To what ends? And I don't know. I feel like it's more important to crack the armor and never be allowed in the room again than just let it sit there and just be mad at yourself about you're able to come in every day.
I agree, but I've not
make an impact.
I agree, but I've not been on the job acting that part out.
No, and it takes a lot to get there. I get you don't want to throw it all away because they've.
And it's not even throwing it all away, but you're used to a routine as a journalist that these interactions should go this way. And this is why I really thought Trump was he was the newsbreaker, because everyone, they had to defend themselves from the press. Trump flipped the game when it was okay, I'm attacking you. He changed everything.
Sure.
That first fake news, that shook the whole news landscape. What?
But I guess that's why I'm mad at it, I guess. Because he did do that. He did change the game, but the press didn't then again change again.
Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm saying. It'll take someone.
It's been 4 years.
Yeah,
it's too everything. I agree with everything you're saying, but it all should happen in a year. It shouldn't even take. It should have happened the first time he called you fake news on the campaign trail.
Oh yeah,
he didn't. You had no reason to be respectable to him, but you still were at that point. Now he has a title, so I understand there's fear that comes behind that. But
that's it. That's why I thought what he did was so crazy. I mean, because it wasn't just that he said it; it was that he got away with it. If he shouldn't have gotten away with it the first time. Once he got away with it, though, it was all downhill.
I guess we just
kept getting away with it.
I guess it's looking at it's like a UFC fight, right? And it's a championship fight, and the first 3 rounds, your opponent has kicked the shit out of your legs. Just chopping your leg. Just chopping away. And 3rd round, your leg is swollen. You're limping out of the stance. Doctor's like, what the fuck? You can't even walk. He's like, you got to guard that shit. He's like, yeah, but you haven't changed anything. You're going to walk back in there and he's going to keep chopping your legs. You haven't changed your stance. You haven't tried to block. You haven't tried to, like, I don't get that. Like, I get that he fucked you up. Like, he came in, haymaker, blah, knocked you in the face. You were just like, we don't do things this way. And he was like, I don't give a fuck. And so why are you still crying? You either got to change or die. Like, yeah. I'm at the point where they either need to stop existing or start getting these people's asses. Because what they're doing now is nothing.
And I mean, when you look on the other side of Fox News, I'm
talking about CNN.
Oh yeah, no, I know. That's why I said the other side. Fox News is on the other end of this, and their angle switch was just, oh, we can just go along with this guy and get ratings, and they've done it. And they got the ratings, and they're getting attention for.
But they don't.
They're not doing anything. They're winning for nothing.
Yeah, but they're on the side of. It's like Star Wars.
Side of ignorance.
And the Empire is winning because the Empire is always winning in Star Wars. They're on the side of the Empire, so they're kind of breezing. Like that's why they have the. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh, got crazy. That's why they have the range to really get in their ignorance bags as hard as they can because they're on the winning team already. So I just don't. I don't know. I just want someone to put up their gloves and punch back.
Yeah, no, I'm all the way there with you. It's the most dangerous game because you don't know. Well, it's the most dangerous game because they're coasting on just their ignorance and winning on it off of it while CNN and MSNBC. And I love when they're getting in their bag, not in his face, because they go hard. The gloves come on, they're not in his face, but they have to come just like that.
Yeah, like we can all talk shit behind someone's back.
Exactly,
it's just pussy though. And we gotta be past that. Yeah. Like you can see everyone really talk their great shit when the night shows come on and when they know Trump's asleep and he's not even tweeting at them in real time. Like, nah, get it. Like, and if you don't want to practice with the big dog, straight up, how about any of the little minions running around? Because they're all out here talking crazy. Yep. Like, pick one. Pick a governor. Pick a mayor. Like, pick a city councilman. Like, pick someone that you feel like's on your level to at least get your warm-ups in if you're going to.
And it's a big part of why I feel like they it just has to be one. One has to do it because like I've watched MSNBC and I remember like it was a key thing because like I remember him talking about it, but I also remember him not doing anything about it. And but what he said was he was like, yeah, the Democrats and CNN and stuff. You know, they just let the Republicans, Fox News, just walk all over them. They're not assertive at all. He's breaking down the situation so perfectly, and I'm like, yeah, you making all the points, and then I'm like, okay, well, who are you shooting down? You haven't shot nobody down. I need to see shots fired.
Yeah, man.
And it's hard. It's hard when they're not doing it. Like, see, Republicans, Fox News, they're always shooting. They're shooting at everything. If it moves, they shoot. But
yeah, we're trying to keep this respectability line.
Yeah, once someone competent starts shooting again,
well, he needs to shoot, and we got to celebrate it.
Yeah,
like, and I don't see how that wouldn't happen immediately.
Exactly.
It would be so awesome. Like, it would be so awesome. It would be the most viewed thing in that next 48 hours, for sure. Because you're fake news. You're a fake president. Bow. Viral. That's immediately. That's easy game. Like, you can do that shit and you can high five on your way out. I'd be like, man, I'd do some black shit. Like, I would really.
Booty dancing right on the video.
Yeah, dude. As soon as he's like, all right, that's enough. Get out, boy. I be hitting shit. I be high fiving fools. Like straight up. Like I'd act it would be my show now. The only reason I wouldn't run up on stage is because now you're gonna get shot down.
It'd go even more viral.
For a taste, at least.
It'd go even more viral if the other reporters were the ones doing it. They get to dancing when you get kicked out. Like, oh, they did it. They did it.
So you gotta show them it's okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, cause I don't expect them to dance if they couldn't even stand up and say that shit. No, don't get lit now. No, fuck you. No. Yeah.
You can't get lit off this. I only get lit.
Yeah, because I know their reaction would be the opposite. Their reaction would be to get really small and invisible. And I'm doing that and I'm high-fiving everybody outside until I get out of the room. And then we're popping bottles afterwards because we did it. And then I'm waiting for the tweet because I know I'm getting a tweet storm later.
Yeah, and I feel like the editor's gonna be back there like, yo, you really fought for our station. Like,
dude, I expect to get a raise. I would go into the office next day, or I get a week off of my celebrations and Snoop Dogg giving me memes, calling me the shit. Like, I want all that, and then I'm going in for my payday. I would honestly do it as my contract is running up. I had like a week left in my contract and be like, yo, let me get that White House spot. Let me show you how to do this, son.
You guys have been doing news for real for a long time. It's time you see.
Yeah, let me show you what time it is. Cause
and I mean, honestly, I don't even want to see them react to the, like, I don't want to see you're fake news, you're a fake president. I want to see them start the attack.
No, they can't though. You have to. You can't because
they get started off with the questions.
No, you have to come in. You have to start. Otherwise, you're not even gonna get it off. Because if you start salty, he doesn't even have to answer your thing. You have to play the game. Because you have to get him. He has to be the aggressor. Because otherwise, you're just disrespectful for the sake of disrespect, and they're not gonna get past that. And you didn't even catch him in a moment to be wrong. You were just wrong. You have to you have to have the high ground and keep the high ground, and then you only get in the mud once he's abandoned his job. You have to let him take gloves off first, because in theory, because not everything he's going to answer crazy. Sometimes he has an answer, sometimes he'll put it to Fauci or let someone else answer or whatever. But if you give him enough time or you ask him the right thing, he's just going to get angry and start shooting. That's what he does. So then you have to counter punch. You can't punch because he is the president. On the trail, when he was running, they should have been shooting all day. Shootings are weird. I'm gonna start saying shooting because we're talking about presidents and political campaign. They should have been jabbing at him. You know what I'm saying? Like you got it's changing terminology a little bit.
Yeah, too many assassinations.
Yeah, that's not what I mean. But like you should be jabbing at him then, because there's no respect to be had.
Yeah,
you have to earn that. But you have a title on him. He does technically come with these powers and whatever. So we have to treat him as such. But when he abandons that respectability, that title, and the respectability that comes with it, when he abandons that, which he does literally every day, that's when you shoot at that guy. That's when you jab at that guy.
The shot feels good
because that's not the president. I mean, that's the president, but like that's the president stepping out of the presidential shell.
Now
he's soft.
Talking to Trump.
Yeah, that guy is attackable on every level of anything. Matter of fact, they should get a real billionaire just to get in there and intern and ask some questions, because now we got someone that actually has more money. Like someone that can shit on everything but the presidential status. So as soon as he's not presidential, now he gets the full clip. I'm not getting away from the shooting. You know, it feels better.
Yeah, no, right. The jab's too soft.
No, I want it hanging out the window.
It needs to penetrate. Mayweather jabs. You need more than that, son.
How me gonna box me handgun? You said that shit. Damn. I don't remember who said that was Tech Bar though.
Yeah, and I mean, it's crazy because once one domino falls, it's so easy to just have people doing the same thing. Like they just need to see the strategy work, and once it works,
yeah, we're just so far in the game.
Yeah, and we're getting closer in terms of like the frustration, but like we need somebody to take that to the explosion. Like they need to step it up.
And let's be clear with all the terminology we're using. We're talking verbal assault, not anything else.
Yeah, no terrorism. Because I did say explosion.
No, yeah. So all our rhetoric has been as loose as possible. I feel like there's still a level above where we could go, but we don't need to go. But like,
praise Allah. I feel like just one of those just steps it all the way up.
You just got us on the watch list. Congratulations.
I'm not with the Muslim faith, just so y'all know.
Now you're not even claiming it? Look how scared he got you. You want the press to go in there and talk their shit?
I need to confirm that 9/11 happened. 9/11 happened. We still remember.
You got so scared so fast.
Oh yeah, you can't keep running on that. Yo,
oh my God.
I said praise Allah one time, just in public, and I caught people looking like a bomb was really gonna go off. Like, yo, I was saying this just for an example. Like,
and that's
I have my hands up. Like, nothing's happening. Like, you guys, you're safe. It's too easy to scare some of these people. Like, you just say a few. The Joker had a point. People are so sensitive. Like, you can unravel some shit just with a few words in some time.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and maybe we need to start applying it in a good way, not the terrorist direction, because
give bad people one bad day?
Not even giving bad people one bad day, but really just unravel these people, because it's not like these people are above any reproach or anything like that. We just have to talk about it. We don't talk about it. And when we report, like we hear reports on some of these people, like Mitch McConnell. I remember they were talking about like his wife working with the president. Her whole business is in shipping and transportation. Yet she was the what do we call it when you're the head of transportation in the presidential?
Probably that. I don't know. Probably transportation or something like that.
The cabinet head or something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that was like an obvious conflict of interest. Things like, and no one thought to ask the president about that. Like,
that's the thing. Like, and that's why we should be. That's what I was saying before. Because at that point, it doesn't matter anymore. Because there's nothing you can really do about it. You can say what you want to say. It's kind of almost like what happened with Kavanaugh. All that happened, he's still judge. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's still judge.
And that had way more steps to go through than a cabinet member would. I don't think cabinet member has to be voted in by anybody.
No,
they're just appointed by him. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we need someone you can trust with those appointments. He's proven that not only can not be trusted with it, but he's just bad at it.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to not. Yeah, it'd be one thing if it's all bad. I was about to. It's all terrible. It's like, yeah, even if you didn't know he was qualified, you could figure out who's qualified, but he didn't even take these steps. He's just like, yeah, that's my guy. You want to do this? Yeah, you want to do it. He's gonna do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, his son-in-law is like runs like 3 different divisions. Like, and I don't think he's capable of doing one. Like, it's weird. Like, we know it's fucked up. We don't need us to tell you that it's crazy out here.
And it's kind of wild because This is the most stressful presidency I've ever seen. I mean, I haven't seen too many presidencies, but this human being has single-handedly like broken everything down, got all the ratings for the news up, and he might be causing the most mental illness out of all of our presidents. Speaking of mental illness,
that's interesting. I mean, yeah, there's just like a lot of anxiety and unsureness, and then not to, in all fairness, I guess, at least with the corona shit, like, at least this is like unknown territory. But even to that point, when Obama was walking him in, like he was kind of getting the tour before inauguration shit. Apparently, they walked Trump's people, him and his people, through what to do if an outbreak and shit were to happen. But like, I think 60% or more than half of the people that were in that meeting with the Obama administration got fired. So like, most people weren't there for that. And people left, didn't even take it seriously to begin with. So that's where we are. And, I don't know.
And he's just so blatantly horrible. Like this morning, I was looking at his own medical experts. Like, this is the craziest thing. It's his own guys. He's trying to convince the people that like they're saying one thing. At one point, one of the guys they're talking about the second wave of coronavirus in the fall, and he's like, nah, he was misquoted. That he didn't say that. And then he misquotes what organization misquoted him. The guy comes on, corrects that, and he's like, no, they quoted me perfectly correctly.
That's what.
And he's standing right there, just looking like, yeah, you lost your job.
Guess what? I don't think. I think we talked about it before. I don't think we said on here. CNN, you guys need to hire the guy that does the NBA or NFL replays. He needs to be paying whatever the fuck he wants or whatever he gets. And he needs to be on there for every interview, and because they're really good at judoing their way out of that's not what I said, or you just misquoted me bag. That's their favorite shit. You need somebody that's quick on the replay that can mid-conversation, mid-interview, replay what they said 3 sentences ago. Because we were talking about it with the Las Vegas mayor. Her double talking and her saying one thing and literally 2 seconds later saying she didn't say it. And they always get in the bag of like, don't put words in my mouth, or that's not what I said, or you're mixing words. You need to be able to replay them from minutes ago, seconds ago, back to them in real time. They need to be able to see them say what they just said, and then you should be able to continue the argument, the conversation, because they get you in that bag and you're not able to really get out of it because they can just not listen to you, or they can just say you misquoted and they can just believe in their mind that no one's gonna rewind this. So you need to stop that in its tracks, live in time. That shouldn't be able to breathe. That needs to be smothered. That needs to be like a fire. Like, you need to choke that shit out every time it happens with an instant replay. Run that back, Turbo. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the need's increasing because...
No, we need it now. We need it yesterday.
Yeah.
It's not even like no. It's because that's their favorite move.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. You just, you're misquoting me.
And it's crazy because...
Let them quote them.
Yeah, and it's crazy because... Like, they be having transcripts of what they're saying sitting on the desk. Like,
why isn't that public record?
Part.
We need to be, especially like with Trump's transcripts. Like, we should be able to read along with him talking so we can see where he abandons and starts freestyling, because it happens all the time. You could see it on his face. You can see when he looks up from the paper, and you know that no educated person wrote what he's saying now. So, like, what's on that paper? What does it actually say? What part is he not able to read? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or what part, when does he abandon it? Like, we stop letting them get away with the bullshit. Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't get what and we have what we're trying to prop up here.
Yeah, and we have all the technology to do it. Like, I mean, honestly, it's scary. The scary thing to me is that back in the day, people were able to do that, and it was impossible to stop them. Like, you had no way.
Oh, sure. Yeah, but we're so far beyond that. Yeah, and it's because it's beyond technology. We've had technology for long enough. Yeah. It's gumption, and it's gumption to do it. Or they might not have actually thought.
That and preparation.
Well, some of it you have to be able to freestyle, because the replay thing, you have to know what you're talking about going in, but like that kind of stuff. That's what I'm saying. They might not have known to do that. That's a whole different television kind of.
Yeah, that's a different angle.
That's a different angle of broadcasting in general. So you need to mix those worlds where instead of you being the person to tell them what they just said, you need the person to be able to replay it on a dime.
Screen right overhead.
Yeah, small little second box right next to their face. And I don't know how it looks to them. I guess they're only seeing the interviewer's face. They need to be able to see it. It's not hard to hit.
It should be like a little Skype head.
Yeah, I mean, it's a simple thing. It's not what we're talking about. It's not hard to implement. They just need the guy to do it, and to know to do it. Like it's not a hard thing. I can understand why it's never happened, just because that's just a whole other station.
Yeah.
That's never been done on the news. Instant replay. There's no guy that's, So I get, but
that's the next level.
Yeah, if someone's listening that cares or really wants to change the game, put an instant replayer on that shit, and it's a game changer, because now they have to change. Like, they can't just they can't continue the conversation the same. Like, if they do, then that's obviously just a crazy person, and you could call that out for what it is. Someone that's not going to listen to what they just said. Like, you can't.
And it needs to start happening in the big stations, because they're really the ones that are getting ran over with it.
All I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is CNN. This is to CNN. I'm not talking to anyone else. Like, whoever else this would apply to, do it. I'm talking to CNN. I'm talking to them. I'm talking to the people
MSNBC.
I'm talking to the CNN Center, Atlanta, in downtown Atlanta, upstairs. I know where the building is. It's right next to Phillips Arena. You motherfuckers there, and your people out in the press corps in D.C., they just need to start wilding out, but you got to do it in the right time. But in interview mode, on television, the guy should be on the button every time, chopping interviews as they're happening, ready to hit that replay at a dime every time. Like the same way they got the guy on the lower third turning up, putting in the dude that does the lower thirds on CNN. I don't know if it's a new guy or the guy just said fuck it, but he just started going hard, like Trump lies about like it's not. There's no like take this one way or the other. Like there's no mixing words. He's been going in. We need that gumption on the replayer. If we get these two guys on the same station, we're winning. You guys will win the game. That's the missing component.
This is how you outfox the Fox, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, this is how you fuck Fox. This is how you change the world a little bit. You change politics.
Yeah, but I was saying that to me, Fox is all the Republican, all the conservative guys that do this.
That's what they are. But like, they're not really trying to fight the truth, though. They're just saying what they want to say. Like no Democratic anything goes on there arguing something, and this never happens there. Like it's just that's not what they're built to do. They're built to. Fox News is less about reporting news. They're more making news. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They more make up the shit and disseminate it the way they want.
Make it up, or Or they break down where the truth is. Like it's almost like if they can't have it their way, they have to break it down to such a point that it's no one's right. Like that seems like that's their bag.
Yeah,
they take any subject and it's like, yeah, we have the facts right here, and it's like, no, that's one viewpoint. Like, no, it's not.
That's fair.
I
know they're like CNN and Fox are like the opposite, and they're the opposite of each other. But they're not really in the same.
Yeah, they're not even
thing. That's why I don't even need to acknowledge them when I'm addressing CNN here, because like this isn't to go against Fox. We're not. Fuck Fox. We're talking about the world. Like I'm talking about versus the politicians that are actually doing the things. This is past the rhetoric. This is the person that actually makes the bills. This is the real lady that's going to be like, yo, Vegas is open.
Yeah.
That's Fox. They can say whatever the fuck they want. That doesn't open the city. She opens the city. Check her. Like that's
yeah.
like that's you know what I'm saying. Like we can back and forth on what it would do. But they're not really the ops we're worried about here. They will catch a stray just by being associated, but you're not shooting there. We need to shoot at the actual people in charge and that are on your station talking crazy. You let them into your house and talk crazy? I don't let people in my house and talk crazy. like every time he talks crazy, we go crazy. Like,
yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying?
Back and forth.
And that's not with. Well, so I'd be damned if I let a stranger in my house to talk crazy to everybody on my platform. That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah, no, it's
a waste of your own platform. Like, why even have a platform if you're just gonna give it away to the ops? Like,
yeah, it's
every other day. Like, they're just not.
It's almost like they like you.
No, they're just not. They don't know how to win. They're just weak. they're weak people. They're playing by old rules. They need to change. I don't want to talk about these people anymore. They make me sick. They
make me hungry.
No, I mean like all of it. Like not just them, press corps, politicians. Like
no, yeah, I mean like the news in general. It's.
But that's just whatever. Yeah, we're gonna.
I mean the whole state of it. It's
just dumb. Like just dumb. Like there's no part of it that's not dumb. Like this is all dumb. But in a more optimistic whatever slide, I want to go. It's really making me queasy about these people.
Dude, for the past 20 minutes, I've been thinking about cooking videos of pizza.
Huh? Cooking videos and pizza. Oh, these are two separate thoughts.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a cooking video that was a deep dish pizza, which kind of was the transition.
That's actually.
Yeah, but
homemade deep dish.
Yeah, it was pretty dope looking.
Are you deep dish over regular, like New York or Chicago style?
I don't think deep dish is something that you should have often. I'm of the opinion that I think it's better, but I don't think you should have it. I think it's like a treat. You should have it once in a while, but
that's not the same for salt pizza.
Nah, honestly, and I mean maybe this is like a super unhealthy. Don't just do this, but you can eat that pizza every day. This is good, but
bread, cheese, and what do you put on a pizza? What do you put on pizza? Or what's your go-to?
I like Supremes.
Okay.
I like Supremes, and I like different kinds of pizzas. I like people that play with ingredients.
I feel that.
One of the recent ones that I was liking was a Chipotle chicken pizza. That was bomb. Yeah, you need some of that in your life, and you won't even know it till you get to it.
I can believe that. I don't think you should eat pizza every day, though. I mean, I'm not against it. I mean, you can do whatever you want.
But not deep dish, though.
Well, I mean, if that's just too much food.
Yeah, it's so much.
What if you eat like a slice of deep dish a day? That's like the same as like half a pizza.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Pizza man.
yeah. I'm just saying, if you eat pizza every day, you can eat less. You can eat a deep dish pizza every day, but it's not the whole thing.
Yeah, you shouldn't be finishing deep dish pizzas, especially by yourself.
That's insane. That's fucked up.
Yeah, and I just say that because
it's fucked up. You shouldn't have the pretense that if anyone knows what deep dish pizza is, they all agree. There's maybe one guy like, really? You're like, no, you shouldn't finish the fucking pizza. Share it. Give it to a dog, a cat. Don't eat the whole thing, bro.
Yeah, it's too much.
No, it's too much.
It's too much. It's beautiful.
It's too much.
It's a treat.
Yeah.
And I guess that to the question.
What was the question?
Do I like deep dish versus
deep
like a New York style?
Mm-hmm.
I like deep dish more. It's too much.
That's fair though.
Yeah.
But if you get your right proportion of whichever deep dish.
And I like all pizza. I just like pizza done right. Because
pizza doesn't ever lose.
There's some people that just make pizza wrong. And it's impressive because it seems like pizza is easy to make, but some people they bring it out and it's like cardboard or something. How did you make this?
Yeah, it's wild though. Like pizza's one of the things where even though it's mediocre, it still hits.
Yeah,
like you have to really burn the whole thing for it to be bad.
It's the crust. The crust makes or breaks everything.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying, like, but even at its worst, unless it's cooked, I mean, someone's really just giving you a frozen pizza. Like even at its worst, it's still
pretty good.
Yeah, like some things you can like. At its worst, it's not even tolerable. You know what I'm saying? Pizza is one of those things where it's like, all right, this is not going to be the best slice ever, but I'm going to eat this slice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not going to be mad about it.
Do you feel the same way about like sub sandwiches?
No.
Yeah.
You soggy that bread, it's over.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. I've had that. If the lettuce or the meat's like wet or something, and that bread is just on there too long, and that bread gets soggy.
Right.
Can't even eat it.
Yeah, it's got to be fresh and toasted.
Yes. Straight up.
Yeah, that's the combination you want: toasted, fresh. If your stuff's going to be one of the wet ones, you better have it. It better be extra fresh. Because by the time I finish, it might be preparing to think about getting soggy, but it's not.
Yeah. If you have a soggy toasted sandwich, that's just trash, and whoever made it needs to.
It's not fresh. That's when you let the sandwich sit. Like you put it in the fridge. You know, that's those situations.
Yeah, it's self-induced.
You gotta mess it up yourself at that point.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
There's some things that just can't be done wrong if you take the steps. But unless you go out of your way, you gotta make that left turn.
Damn. Yeah.
Because I think we were talking about banana pudding the other day.
I don't know how you fuck up banana pudding.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta make the left. You can't. It's a 1, 2, 3.
You made a decision to fuck up banana pudding. You fuck up banana pudding. There's like 3 things.
Yeah,
you put them in a bowl.
You felt like you wanted
stir.
You felt like you wanted to do something original or something.
Fuck you. Some things that don't need to be remixed, changed, touched. Just do it. Just do it.
Sometimes like you gotta leave that kind of stuff to the professionals. If you're gonna change some stuff, you better know what you're doing. You better try.
Yeah, we need some real explorers on the case. I need a real Indiana Jones in the kitchen. Yeah. I don't need a goddamn Dora the Explorer trying to take me to the promised land of banana pudding by adding like gummy bears or some dumb shit. Like I I don't even know what you can add extra to pudding.
I don't know, and I've seen it go wrong. I don't even know what happened.
I've never seen. I don't live in that world.
See, that's one of the most messed up things with food. When it's bad, it gets to the point where you don't even. But a lot of things, when they go bad, you ask why. Food isn't one of them.
I don't care.
Yeah, at the end, it's just like, yo,
It doesn't matter.
Never see me again.
Yeah, I just don't need to know you. It's fine.
Food gets so personal.
It's the most personal.
Yeah, it gets
especially all right, food fucked up is bad every time. If I'm really hungry though, now you've offended like my sensibility as a person. Because it's not gonna go well for you because I'm in a bad place.
Yeah, and
that's me at my most irritable. I think
it's high risk punishment. Because if you do something really good, you just like, I'm your friend, I'm here for you, I want to talk to you.
Oh yeah.
But if you mess this up, like,
might fight.
Yeah.
It's bad enough.
And
you throw hands.
And some of these like Google reviews, they really show how personal it got.
Oh yeah. Especially a restaurant. Restaurants, I mean, it's way, because I came here. Like, everyone has a stove. We all have stoves, ovens and shit. Like, I can make food. I came here to your place for you to do it. Yeah, or just to get, well, at least what I expected. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's levels of this, like, and the higher that level, that's why, like, so I appreciate, like, a Gordon Ramsay, the way he treats his restaurants, like, when you see him running it. Well, like, I watched this, like, documentary, and one of the waiters, he took the food to the wrong table. And the first thing, he, like, comes back and says, oh, shit, I made a mistake. He's like, oh, shit. First thing's like, at these prices, that's what, and I was like, that's exactly the reaction I want. Because, yeah, I came here, I'm paying like 3 times what this costs because I know it's being made the best possible, and the service is all part of it. It's all that experience. So it should all be a perfect thing. And when the wheels come off of that, at these prices, it's truly unacceptable. It's unacceptable at McDonald's at those prices. But at fine dining, I come way out of my way. I dressed up nice. Like, I brought a guest, you know, like and I'm about to drop a comma on food, on a meal. No. And he took my food to the wrong table. Yeah, he fired that guy immediately, like, because that's the level we're at. And so I understand there's levels, but that should be the mindset of every restaurant. They came here, you gotta make it an event, because they didn't have to come here. No one has to go anywhere. Now you see that more than ever when people can't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I feel like it's okay to take that shit personally. And
no, it is. And I mean, speaking of even right now, I think right now is the time where we're really getting to see something different in terms of the restaurants, because they are getting shut down and being forced to play takeout or pick up, and it's all about taste now. Like, the service aspect was such a thing. Like, I mean, at all levels. I mean, even like Chipotle differentiated themselves from like your regular burrito place with how they served you. But now all that's out the window. Now it's like, yo, what's that food taste like? It better be bomb.
See, now, honestly, to me, it's way more now. So I used to order out all the time. Just because, like, fuck it. Nah. Well, that just mostly because, I mean, I could cook, but, like, I felt like the effort I put into cooking, I wasn't getting the taste out for the effort I put in, considering I could have just paid for it without the effort and it would taste better, right? That was my mindset of, like, what got me just ordering all the time. We're just like, it'll be fine. It makes sense. Now I've gotten in my cooking bag. And even today, I was one of the best sandwiches I've ever had. You saw the sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when you got here, that shit was bomb. And I'm not even confident I can go get that. Because I considered, I was like, man, I could just order like a burger or whatever. Fuck, I'm just making one right now.
Now that you made
That shit hit. That shit hit different. And it was fast. It took 10 minutes. It's about as much time as it takes to get here. So now, restaurants have set their whole shit up on a different level now.
Yeah.
Because now I found my bag of what I can make, and now it's hitting the way it's supposed to.
See, and for me,
I can't be alone in this. Like someone else is, I'm sure some other people have been cooking out here that weren't before, and been like, oh, I'm good at this.
Yeah, and one of the things that gets me is like, a lot of the time, if I order food and I really like it, I'll learn how to make it. Like I'll buy it because I can bypass you.
Yeah.
And don't let me make it, and I make it, and I like it more than most.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't do that,
done.
but now I'm at that point where it's like, what do I want? Oh, I mean, I can just Google how to make it, and then it's not hard. Like, it's heat plus time and plus togetherness. So, like, you know what I'm saying? And put it on a plate. Like, it's how just anything is. Nothing's hard. It's just, and now I have the time to explore it. I have explored it, and it came out well. Restaurants are in trouble because I'm not coming back soon.
Yeah, and with this quarantine and all of this going on,
If I start hitting these burritos the right way, it's really over.
Oh, see, that's already ended for me. Like they gotta. There's a couple places they got me, but that's because I haven't gotten to the right meat. I need to get to the right meat.
Dude, let me figure out what the fuck a Spadero is.
Yeah.
Because I know exactly what you're saying. That was my exact thought. I was like, yo, the only thing holding me back is I don't know what the fuck the Berea meat's made out of.
Yeah,
but as soon as I unlock that cheat code, it's over.
Yeah,
you hear me? I am making them in weak supplies, you sons of bitches.
They keep playing because
they're fuck yeah.
And the part that be getting me is like they'll have the meat, sitting there, and they just like I'll make it fresh. Like I'm winning already. I just need to know.
Yeah,
and I asked. Like I've had a guy tell me he won't tell me. Like. Just because he was
a smart guy.
Yeah, he explained because he won't come again. I'm like, oh,
you right. No, see, what you need to do. What I need to do. Stop bullshitting. You gotta go to the butcher. Ask him. Yo, which one of this is that Spadero burrito? Real talk. He'll tell you.
Yeah. No, you got that.
You gotta go to the fucking source.
Because
you're asking the ops.
Yeah, like remember the bacon wrapped burrito?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was like one of the first things I was asking. Like, what's this meat? And then like, how are you bacon wrapping?
Mm-hmm.
Both of those questions. He told me the meat. He had no problem. The bacon wrapping, he was like, nah, because you won't come again. I'm like, yo, I know, but
I know.
but
I'm mad, but you're not wrong.
So like I ended up what I was doing was I've been like when I'd order it I'd just watch the cook. It's super weird like it because I'm talking creeper stare like
Hey, all's good in loving food, son.
Yeah, and I mean I think I can do a bacon wrap. I think I can. It's just I haven't got my confidence up to actually do it.
Yeah, jump out the window.
Theoretically, I can do it. Like you wrap it up, you fry it up, and you fry it to like the right amount. Get it fused into that tortilla, and it's a wrap. But you have to do all of that with the meat already cooked, and then do it.
Yeah. Okay.
That
I look at it myself.
Yeah, it's.
But yeah, I mean, I need a couple more things, and I fried my first chicken last week. Talk about that. Well, we can talk about it here, but
that came out nice.
It's fire. I've been throwing out. I made bomb ass breakfast the other day. Sandwich days not to be overlooked because I will be doing that again very soon. Yeah.
I haven't gotten to it. I want to make Philly cheesesteaks.
Philly cheese.
Yeah,
If I liked them, I'd be all over it. Cause I've seen those made enough where I feel like I can do that by memory.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not even crazy about them, but it's like I've been on cooking YouTube, and I just ran into enough of them, and I was like, maybe that's the next move. It's like the chicken fried rice. I made that, and that was a hit.
Yeah,
I finished it, and I was like,
I might be trying that one soon. Like,
yeah, I gave some to my mom's. She was like, it's a hit. I gave some to my friend down the street. He was like, oh, I love it. I'm like, yeah, I know you do. Like,
I know.
Yeah.
You got to tell me.
Yeah, I already got the stamp of approval. I know this is it.
I know this.
Yeah. And that's another thing. That cooking confidence.
It's tight. It's a yeah. It's real. It's real.
Because it's you yourself love it, but when someone else is like, "Oh yeah, that's a hit," you're like, "Yeah."
You know that. It's a great feeling. Yeah. Restaurants are
curious.
Restaurants are gonna have to start getting really creative. You guys do what I can't do.
It's the ones that are still safe, at least for me, the dessert guys. You making some of these things like not a calzone, but they make them down on the corner. It's a sweet. It's
like empanada.
Empanadas, yes, definitely empanadas, but like crochets,
Not like a crepe or a
crepe.
Yeah,
a crepe.
Yeah,
those are amazing, and I don't know how to make them.
It's like thin pancakes with some fruit.
Is that all it is? Because it's.
I watched those be made because
it was like a strawberry.
They were making them out in Belgium, Light Flags, but they're making them like on the streets, and they were just a bomb because you have the Belgian waffles, and they're just like the best waffles possible. But like they would do the same thing for like crepes, and it would just be a really thin pancake they'd make like on the pan, fry it up, flip it, and then start stacking stuff in it, and it's thin enough to like roll.
Yeah, because like I've had like, it's not the regular like vanilla outside crepes. Those aren't the ones. It's like the strawberry crepes and the chocolate ones with all the filling. The filling, I mean, that's easily replicatable. But like, how do you make a chocolate pancake? That's
you gotta stir the chocolate into the mix.
Yeah, that's 101 here.
Yeah, it's like how you make like chocolate chip pancakes.
Yeah,
put a chocolate chips in. But yeah, I see this thing like it's just hard until it's not, and just the line between that is easier every day. Really, it's super thin. Like yeah, and YouTube makes it just kind of breaks it all together because if you really want step by step, you can probably find 5 step-by-step tutorials how to do it.
Yeah,
on YouTube.
YouTube really breaks everything down.
Yeah,
YouTube's it's really a great weapon if you use it right.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, even the internet period, we were talking about earlier. You sent me some of those courses. I was saying like my mom's response. Like, are you even using the internet? Like, it's a weapon if you use it right.
Yeah, man. All tools are there.
Or it's a monkey's toy if you use it wrong.
That's facts.
The range is dangerous.
It's everything. Yeah, you can. I guess to you guys, if anyone's interested in like just taking some extra courses, they had computer classes, they had art classes, but Harvard they have free online courses on their website. You can just do a quick Google search of free Harvard courses online, and you'll find that. Get some Harvard level classes and add to your knowledge bank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've been talking about keeping on your grind while you've been quarantined. That's a good way.
Knowledge is always a weapon that keep it sharp.
And they don't even take up all your time. A lot of them they average it taking up 20 hours of a week. That's 5 hours a day. You can knock a couple of those out if you want to.
You really could. Yeah, especially now. We've still got some quarantine time left.
Yeah.
Learn a new skill. Never too late.
And second wave's coming, so don't worry about time.
Yeah, man. That's real. We're at that point, though.
China's even scared of this second wave.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
they're already setting up to quarantine again.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess they know they're going to get it first, I guess. Just because.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know. I truly don't.
Yeah, it's still kind of confusing.
I mean, I guess if you think about and we kind of wrap up here. We're at 1:30. But I guess you think about there's a flu season.
Yeah,
we do acknowledge that. So, I would think in the same line, it would just be a season where the environment is the right environment for this to survive in the air and whatever. So it's always there, but if it's 100 degrees outside and you're coughing, well, if it's 100 degrees outside, you're probably not coughing because your body's too hot to have. I don't know. I really don't know the breakdown, but you're less apt to get a cold in the summer, just regularly. And so if you use that logic towards this, then it would be on the same kind of timelines.
Yeah.
The only thing is, when the corona comes back, we still won't have a vaccine, so it will still be as dangerous as it is now.
Yeah.
If not more so, because whatever. I don't want to
Cold
pretend to know
brings all the danger.
bacteria.
Cold brings all the danger, guys.
Winter is coming.
That's why Game of Thrones kind of had that part right.
Fuck Game of Thrones.
The winter part was really kind of clever.
Fuck the winter. Fuck the Night King. Fuck the Undead Walkers.
Yeah, I mean, all that undead magical shit. Fuck that. Just winter, because
and I don't disagree.
That's the.
I'm just throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
I feel but
I took that shit personally.
Winter's the enemy of all of us.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, I've not even experienced snow. I've just experienced I've just experienced icy cold.
You don't know what a real quarantine is.
You know what I'm saying?
That's quarantine. Let it snow outside. No one's going anywhere because you can't. And there's no protest about it either because everyone's like, okay, we get this.
And technology lets it be all cool.
Not when the power's out.
Yeah, I mean it's still not as bad as when your house wasn't insulated and you were still frosted in.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about
winter.
Yeah.
Because I've been in an ice storm where the power was out for a week, and it was so cold in the house we couldn't go in the whole house. We all huddled in our den area, the living room, and we had to put blankets up at the doorways so we couldn't let the warm air in, and we had a fire in the fireplace. That's the only thing that kept us from freezing to death.
Yeah, you had a fireplace though.
Yeah, but that's it was.
All I'm saying.
No, that was luxury, but it was life or death at that point because there's no centralized heating.
Yeah.
The whole rest of the house wasn't insulated. It was literally a blanket up and you're freezing. If you had to go because the bathroom's on the other side of this blanket.
And I want to be clear. I said you had a fireplace. It was so privileged. I was super more privileged in the fact I never went through something like that.
Yeah, I mean it's I guess you can see it that way, but. In places where winter's a thing, fireplaces are more available.
No, but I'm saying we've developed those kinds of things just because winter was that.
Oh yeah,
it was just deadly.
Yeah,
it was still deadly. You had a fireplace. Imagine no fireplace. No. Your house isn't insulated at all.
Because we ended up leaving just because it still got super. That was after almost the end of the week. We ended up having to like try to find someone with power or something, and because it was still
and no one has power, and there's no power.
We had to go miles away. Like it was a whole.
There is no power. Like that doesn't exist right now.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the past. I'm talking about before we were able to even deal with this. Like,
oh, sure, yeah.
People built different.
No, people just died.
With that. Like, it just died.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Winter was the real.
That's still true.
Winter's the real villain.
I think I told you about when I was in Baltimore. I almost watched a guy freeze to death from my hotel room. The only reason he didn't die is because the ambulance came and picked him up and rushed him to the hospital because he was dying.
Yeah.
No, it's not a game, but we should wrap up. We're over. And also, yeah, winter sucks. So
yeah,
we get it. But yeah, go educate yourself, get a Harvard education in your downtime, and stay safe, stay quarantined. Don't let them push you outside too fast. Don't be a guinea pig. For sure. Don't let them scare you into thinking, oh yeah, oil came back. That's a quick blurb. The world didn't end. I was on a slight panic Monday, down back to reality by Tuesday. So I was happy about that. But
it's still in place.
Yeah.
And make sure you guys still get some light. Like
a little bit of sunlight, that vitamin D.
Yeah, because all that quarantine, it's dead serious.
Yeah, get you a little stir crazy.
Yeah. I'm not saying go outside around like 20 people. I'm talking a little light.
A little bit.
You and maybe like a couple other people.
Don't even. Just drive around the corner by yourself.
Yeah, that's good.
Take your dog. That's why you have a dog. Dog people. Yeah. All right. We're out of here. I've been Jerry.
I'm Marcus. We'll talk to you again online, and we'll talk to you again soon.
For sure. Back in your face in no time. Peace out.